Starburns Audio.
Welcome to this Starburns Audio Show. We have so many great comedy podcasts to add to your playlist and keep you entertained. Just last week on Starburns Audio, Gilbert Gottfried and co-host Frank Santapadre talked to actress Amy Ryan on Gilbert Gottfried's amazing Colossal podcast. Hosts Keith King-Bay and Jesse Neal presented an episode about playing a pandemic-themed game, Siphon Filter, on the podcast New Player Has Joined. On Dumb People Town, Australian comedian Chen joins Daniel Van Kirk and the Sklar brothers to celebrate 3 stories about people doing dumb things, including a man asking people to loan him supplies to commit a robbery. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for a full list of our shows, featuring hosts like Chelsea Peretti, Bob the Drag Queen and Monet Exchange, Dan Harmon, Kyle Ayers, and Miss Pat. Enjoy the show.
Starburns Audio.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Come on.
Dumb People Town.
Population Chen.
How's it
Chen.
going?
Dude, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I am so happy that you're here. We're lucky to snag you as you don't live here in the United States. You're in Australia.
Now I'm in here for 2 weeks.
Look at that.
Whirlwind tour.
Well, and so I want people to understand how this came about. So Jay and I were running our Conan set we just did it, and we're running the set, and we asked if we could hop on shows all over the place, and we went to do a show in the lab at the Improv,
which is typically like a dead room in some ways, but a great workout room. It reminds me of what the original room at the Comedy Store used to be about 15 years ago.
So it's
if you pull laughs in that room, you know that it's funny.
So we show up there and it's packed. I mean, packed. And we're like, what is going on? It's amazing, but what is going on? And they're like, it's all industry, and they're all there to see this kid. We're like, what? That's great. It was so good for us to work it out in front of industry, because industry is not typically the greatest laughers. They're just watching for other reasons.
And you guys killed.
It was
You
so
guys
fun.
destroyed.
Thank you. But we stayed and watched your set. Everyone's Whitmer Thomas said, like, stick around and watch this guy. I performed with him.
nice.
He's great. And we stay there, and it's always so great to see someone you've never seen before, see someone who's not from here, just very confident and comfortable in their own skin to be able to deliver the material. You were awesome,
Thank
dude.
you. Well, me and my friend Nick Nemiroff, we were rolling up to the venue. He was on the show as well. And we just see this big billboard, and it said, tonight, the Sklar brothers. It's like, you've been
Jesus.
bumped, man.
No, they
it's so
rotate
sick.
that thing. They rotate it.
Yeah,
It rotates.
and on the other side.
You're on the other side. You're on the other
yeah.
side. Okay,
It
cool.
was all good. We're still chill.
Here's the great thing, and I think and we glean this from your comedy as well, is you do not suffer fools lightly or dumb behavior and whatnot, which is kind of what this whole world is about. And
I think
they're Australians. There is such dumb behavior in Australia. You did the great bit of like walking up to like a large group of drunk people coming up to you and just worked out dudes. Like that culture, I think, exists there, and it also exists here. And we get great stories sent to us from our awesome fans of the dumbest behavior anywhere. Usually Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's like the epicenter of it all.
Well, is Florida, that's a place with like, is that where the crocodiles are? The
Yeah.
alligators?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
feel
all
like
of
anywhere
Australia.
with alligators or crocodiles is dumb behavior.
Anywhere where Chris Hogan can have a movie career is going to be. So what is the Florida of... Is there like the Florida...
Is there a dumb province in...
Yeah, where would that be?
So Florida is like muscly people, alligators.
Also like just drunk people, methed out people.
A lot of things will kill you. A lot of drugs. A lot of the things that'll kill you are as much people as animals.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of Australia, but the big one is this place called the Gold Coast, and that's like bodybuilder city.
Yeah.
People in like convertibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just
Isn't that
imagine.
where Arj Barker lives?
I think Arj Barker lives in a place called Byron, which is like a weed place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
All right, that
weird
makes
because
more
he
sense.
doesn't love weed. Kidding. So let's get into it. We have stories sent to us from Dan Van
do.
Kirk. Hi, Dan.
Hey, buddy.
We're going to jump into a story right now if you'll oblige
This
us.
was sent in by Mark Stubbs at Stubbs 6'8".
Thank you.
I know.
That's
I
a little bit
want
of
him
a
to be 5'7".
6
I just want him to have that. Ted.
If any of you guys could change your height, what height would you choose?
So we're all.
Or would you not at
So
all?
Except
other
for
than
Dan.
Dan, are you 6'3"?
No.
6'1".
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So Aaron, Jason, and Aaron, I don't even know how tall are you.
I'm like 5'0". I'm tiny.
I would be if I could be 6 feet tall. If I could be 6'2" and dunk a basketball, I wouldn't do it all the time, but I would do it just to impress. Like if I was like, you guys want to see something cool, and then just like
Would you rather be able to dunk a basketball or play the piano?
play the piano.
Oh, yeah,
I would
I know.
much rather play the piano. I'd rather just I would love to be able to walk up to
Oh,
any.
dude,
and
Rory
just
and I,
start playing the piano.
Rory and I were at this like nice, like the El Cortez or something like,
Right.
or no, the Galvez, like in Galveston. It's a really nice hotel,
And there's a piano in the
Everybody's
lobby.
meeting there. We're all in our tuxes. We're like waiting to go over to do the Mardi Gras parade, and there's
Hilarious.
there's this piano like just sitting there, like nobody's playing it, and it's kind
Begging
of in
you
the
to
middle
come
of it.
over and play.
And I go, Rory, that piano, and he goes, yes. And I go, if you could sit down at that piano right now and just start dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Just start. Yes, the place would go
Nuts.
insane.
Like
because
people who
people
were-
are like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "I know." And I go, "Here's the thing."
People checking in at that hotel would be like, yeah, I'd like an extra pillow and
Yeah, I go. There are people in this room right now, I guarantee you, who could sit down at that piano and start playing any Elton John song. The thing is,
why wouldn't they do
They
it?
don't have the disease that we all have,
Which is we need to be
get
loved and make a room love us.
right.
That's so this is why I am forcing my son to play
Do it.
piano. And
Do
anytime
not.
he like wants to quit, I'm like, dude,
Nope.
you
Dude,
cannot.
You need
No.
to
You need to be able to
in-
walk into a
Can
hotel.
you play music or no?
No, I was thinking about your question about dunking or playing piano, and
Yeah.
I think I'd pick dunking because if I were walked up to a piano and could play it, people would be like, "Yeah, he
Obviously.
So here's what I would love to do. I'm going to amend your dream.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to dunk at your height now.
Yeah, I
How
would
great
love
would that
that.
be? If you could dunk,
Dunk
at
at
You'd be
your
your
on-
height.
You'd be on House of Highlights.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like this guy.
Jay, what's-
Andy's funny.
What's your height?
My
Height
the
and or
height that
dunk
I'd
or
want to be.
piano?
So dunk or piano. I would say my height. I would settle for like 5'11" or 6. So that's like adding 4 inches.
Okay.
Definitely piano because and I'm actually thinking about taking lessons with the woman who
Dude, I'm thinking about it,
teaches
too.
my son because I'm like, dude, I want to like open up like because I'll listen to piano in any song and I'm like, oh, you should. I'm like keep thinking like what I want my son to learn.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I can't make him do that. I should learn it,
Yeah.
so that I can do
The
it.
thing is, they say like things like other languages and instruments or things are so much easier when you're younger.
Yeah.
But there's also a large school of thought that taking on those things later on in life is so much better for your brain.
Well, it's great for your brain, but here's the other thing. You know my story about dunking. You know.
no.
You don't know this story? I'll try
Yeah,
and condense it. I
Aaron,
told
you'll
this
love
on the
this.
Honeydew. You might
Okay.
enjoy this. All right,
Okay.
so I went to my son's basketball practice.
Oh, I know this story.
You know
You're
this
doing
story.
everything with your son. You're like Billy
just
Madison.
I'm just a great dad. I'm just a really great
Amazing dad.
So,
Sounds awesome.
so and my
Sounds
daughter's
so
with me.
awesome.
My daughter was 5 at the time, and my son was playing practice. And on the side, they had the baskets lowered to like 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter says to me, "Daddy, can you dunk on that, or do you throw it down?" I think is what she. No, she said, "Can you dunk on that?" And I was like, "Are you challenging?
Yeah,
me?
that's
Are
a
you
that's a
challenging?"
threat right
Gauntlet laid.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I grab a ball and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna dunk on this 8-foot hoop because I have dunked on an 8-foot hoop
Sure.
before, and then I'm gonna hang on the rim and I'm gonna pull my leg. I have an Instagram video of me doing this on another one, and get my knees up to the rim and then maybe point at some of the other parents like in your fucking face.
Yeah.
And so I run at it from the side, which I feel like it's taller on the side, and I know that's not true.
not
but
true.
like, I
It's
should have come
level.
at it straight on,
It's
but I
level all
couldn't
the way.
because straight on was at the court where they were practicing.
Yeah.
So I come at it from the side. I dunk it.
Of course you do.
Of course, obviously I'm going to dunk it. And then I grab onto the rim and start to pull my knees up to do it. My fingers slip off of the rim. I am 100% horizontal,
my God.
parallel.
Parallel
fall
to the court.
8 feet, flat onto my back. Flat onto my back.
Jason, you took a little bit from the world, and the world took a little back.
Like practice stops.
I
Everyone
call that
looks over
market
me.
correction.
I get up and I'm like, I'm okay.
Right. But you're not.
But you
shocked.
needed to say that to yourself.
I
Right.
need to say, okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
Like when you watch a toddler fall.
I literally,
We're okay.
we're
It's okay.
I literally felt like the top half of my body and the lower half of my body were no longer connected to each other.
Yeah.
I was in so much pain.
You started thinking about the ramps you'd have to put into your house.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to be in a wheelchair from now on, right? And so I come home. I mean, I get in the car, and my son was like, "What happened?" And my first instinct was to throw my daughter under the bus. I'm like, she made me do this. Noah made me do it. And so that's why dunking is not, because I've already done it and I've gotten hurt
So
doing
it's piano.
it.
All right,
It's
how do we
piano.
get on this?
All right, Dan, let's get into the story. All right.
I don't know how we. Oh, because his.
But you were
handle
okay.
is-
Nothing.
I'm all right now. I'm
That
okay.
stuff's-
That was a year ago, and I
Yeah,
can
it was
still
height-
play
It was
that.
a height thing. Okay, so go
Okay.
ahead. Let's get into this.
Here.
Yes, 6 foot 8.
Wait. Here. Oh, my computer froze for a second. Okay, here we go. Wichita Falls. Comes from us
Kansas.
from KFDX, which I hope is a fire department news channel. A Wichita Falls man with a history of charges is in jail after police said he threatened a man while pointing a flare gun at his face during a game of disc golf.
Okay, so
Why would
Frisbee-
you bring a flare gun to a game of disc golf?
By the way, they're not even calling it ultimate.
They're calling
No,
it
disc golf.
It's disc golf.
It's frisbee
Yeah.
golf, where you have trash
Ultimate
cans
disc golf
set
would
up
be
and you
awesome.
Yeah.
try and throw a frisbee into the trash can as if.
Have
you're
you
playing
done
golf.
it?
And that's a professional sport here.
Well, no, there's
know
a
if you
course.
call it
There's a course in
professional.
Griffith Park.
It's
you
more
done it?
of a recreational,
Yeah.
like.
I would like to do it. I love frisbee.
But by
so
the way,
much.
let's say you are. To me, this is less of a game that's easy to set up because you need like 10 trash cans, so you can't drive them to the venue.
No.
You can't
No,
drive them.
there's a course.
They're on a course.
There's a course set up in Griffith Park.
yeah.
A frisbee golf
And
course.
they have it's like a little like chain buckets that
Yeah.
are like affixed to poles, right?
and you
and you have to
Yeah.
try and
th-
get it in.
have to.
And you have different weights for different distances. It's like clubs. But I still can't figure out what guy was like, yeah, bring this flare gun with me. You never know. You never know. Like, are you going to be lost at sea?
just in case.
Right.
Just
Well,
in
what's
case
the
I get-
argument over?
Well, I know. Yeah, we'll get to that. But here's my other thing.
I said, who's arguing at a frisbee?
They
golf?
also talk about this when it comes to weapons. I've heard you guys say it. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't have used it.
when you bring it,
Right.
You got to use it. You
Right.
gotta
It's-
take it
it's
out.
gonna get used.
Right.
Yeah,
Check out
Chekhov's
flare
flare
gun.
gun.
Flare gun. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you bring,
Did you say it too?
Yeah, Chekhov.
We said
Yeah,
exact
yeah,
same
yeah.
time. That's
Theater
fun.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is that like if you bring it, because there's always a moment if you're like I have it.
I have it.
So like the conflict could
Why
be
a
bubbling
flare gun?
below the surface, and then you're like, well, I've got this. So
If you feel the need that you might want your flare gun with you to play disc golf with these people, maybe don't play disc golf with these people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are very confrontational people. If that's what you need to get through a round of disc golf.
Mark Aaron Peters, map if you're nasty.
by the way, three first names, so he's a
Yeah.
serial killer.
Right.
Yeah.
Is charged with aggravated assault. His bond set at $5,000. The incident occurred on Sunday, February 2nd. Was that the Super Bowl?
Yes, it was. So if you're playing
I'm just
frisbee
gonna-
golf
Right.
during the
Guys,
Super
I'm
Bowl,
gonna go. Is it what time was it?
I don't. What
Does it
time
say
do you
what time
play
it is?
disc golf? Golden hour?
6 a.m. I don't know.
I have no. We got an 8:15 tee time for disc golf.
F time.
It's disc golf. Is that a new thing? Disc golf.
Relatively, I bet you it's been
I remember playing it at-
semi-popularized for 10 to 15 years, but there's someone yelling at their phone right
Yeah.
now, being like 1986.
We
disc-
played
And it
at
draws
camp.
aggressive people.
Yeah.
we played at camp in 81, 82.
disc
Oh my
golf
God.
or
Yes.
ultimate frisbee.
disc golf.
but it was
Really?
like throw it in a trash can over
far
there.
away.
See, so it's probably been around since the 70s. 70s were the big boom for the frisbee, right?
70 was like
60, probably like 67.
and
to-
70s were like sports that like hacky sack.
All right, I feel it,
Yeah.
Jay. Look it up. We're gonna guess what
Start
year
looking it
did
up.
was
This'll
the
be
frisbee
fun.
or disc golf invented?
And by the way, we called it frolf.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
What's the fro?
They asked for flare gun, right?
Flolf.
Yeah.
You guys in America, you love inventing new sports.
Oh,
I feel
'cause
like you have so many 30-year-old sports.
Because
Yes.
how many have? Because how many have we really created?
Yeah.
Right? Like we basically stole baseball. We stole cricket.
Baseball is cricket.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
What else? We don't.
I mean,
Football's
rugby.
ours.
Rugby, I
American
think,
football.
rugby's
American
been around
football's
longer
ours.
than football. Is that?
Yeah, but they've become so different, you know? You
Right.
guys got like,
Yeah, and then
you're
even in
eating
rugby.
Cheetos while watching it. We're eating sausage rolls.
Guys, it's a completely different sport. We're doing Cheetos. You're doing
Okay.
sausage rolls.
So
I want
let's-
Aaron Chen's for rugby versus football
yeah.
bit.
And it's mainly food.
That's fine.
It's all food related.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let's all guess.
Okay.
What year?
What year did the Disc Golf
Should've had you
Association
guess before
come
you looked
into
it up.
being?
The Disc Golf Association.
DJ.
And the DGA.
DGA.
the
sorry,
real
yeah.
It's also the Directors Guild Association. Okay.
Fuck them.
So,
Why
what
is the
year did the
disc-
DGA come into existence and start disc golf? And you guys can guess at home as well. Randy, what do you think? Or you can go first.
Yeah, Aaron, you can go first, or
Yeah.
you can go in the
in
middle
between
of
these
me
two
and
guys,
Dan.
or third.
That'd be crazy if you could put DGA as in the credits of a movie.
And it's like, are you? I didn't know this guy was Directors Guild. No, he's the
He's
Disc
Disc
Golf
Golf
Association. He's the
He's
commissioner.
also part of the flare gun owners of America.
He's the ex-Czechia.
I'm going to call you guys early adopters, and I'm
Okay.
going to say 79.
79. Okay, Dan.
My initial guess was 73.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 84. So I'm gonna say it's like it didn't
guys were
organize until. I agree with you that it was around, but it didn't organize.
79,
73.
73,
84. So we have a nice
Orwell
range
over
here.
So get your answers in at home because the Disc Golf Association was founded in 1976.
Ooh.
You guys right in between.
nice.
You guys
Right in
split
between
it.
him. Okay.
So there you go. So
Okay.
you were all kind of right.
Okay.
According to authorities, the victim called and said he and Peters were at the fourth hole. That's an early
You cannot
fight.
call it
You
a
can't
fourth
call it
hole.
a hole.
That is true. The
You
fourth
can't- it's
can.
not in
You
the
need
ground.
The fourth can.
The fourth
Can.
hoop.
They should just call it the fourth one.
The
we were
fourth-
on the fourth one.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
They were at the fourth hole of the course when Peters became upset and began yelling at him. Police said the victim told them that Peters pulled an orange flare gun with a black handle from his left pants leg and pointed it at him and said, "I'm gonna shoot your bitch ass."
I mean, that is straight. That is straight hole four frisbee golf
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
right there.
Right.
I'm gonna shoot your bitch,
Bitch
ass.
ass.
The victim said he ran behind a tree while Peters was aiming the flare gun at his face. That's good distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Peters then fled the scene in a gold Honda, which also bothers me for some reason.
Because when he got that was an aftermarket decision. Like this is like a red Honda or a burnt orange Honda. He's like, I'm
They
getting
don't
this gold.
sell any gold Hondas.
If you're in a gold Honda playing disc golf with a flare gun, you are one act away from a Wes Anderson movie.
I mean, you guys may be talking about how these guys are dumb, but in 10 minutes they've lived more life than we have.
Any of us. Any of us.
They're on the edge. They're Aerosmith in it.
What did you do during the Super Bowl? I ate like a 7-layer dip and
Right.
watched a bad game.
I got into a flare gun fight with someone on a frolf course. So
Got out
there
of
you
my
go.
gold
Gold
Honda.
Drove away my gold Honda.
Is this a Dr. Pepper 10 commercial? Like, I don't understand what this is.
Officers
Is
said
he a
they-
leprechaun?
Officers said they later stopped a gold Honda on Fillmore Street. When officers patted Peters down, they discovered a holster on his left calf and an orange flare gun in his disc golf bag.
Yeah.
So disc golf bag.
He actually has a dedicated bag.
Yeah.
Disc golf bag.
Babe,
What else is in
babe,
that?
Gun pro.
Babe,
I
where's
can't-
my disc golf bag?
I can't just go with
It's
the.
downstairs on the washer.
I'll be back in time for the bowl.
No, I'm taking the gold Honda.
You know I like the gold one on Sunday.
Well, you're going to leave me the platinum one? It has no gas in it.
I don't care.
You were supposed to get it.
Babe, you got my left leg holster for my flare gun? I don't feel right if it's not strapped to me.
Well, I'll just put the holster on, but the gun's gonna be in the bag.
So here's the deal.
No, we're over that fight. We're going to make peace by the 4th hole. I don't know. They call it a hole. I'll get ice on my way back.
I'm not using it. I'm just bringing it.
Honey, I'm in the room right next to you. You don't have to yell. What's crazy to me is that this guy was willing to hamper his Frisbee golf playing by wearing a gun on his and put a holster on his leg.
How much did that affect?
It
the way
affected his range of motion. It had to.
What's in the disc golf bag? You got
That's
your
the
discs.
question.
You got
your different
flare
guns. Flare gun holster.
Snacks.
They probably, I bet there's guys who go all the way with like shoes. Probably like cleats.
So let's think of what snacks this guy has in his disc golf bag.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
I'm gonna say loose watermelon, like slices just sitting. You know what I mean? Like no
Yeah, he has to
Tupperware.
take it out of the bag and he's like, get off of there.
Get out of
I reckon he's eating disc-shaped foods like
Disc-
pancakes.
a wheel of cheese,
A waffle.
Stacks better.
and without paying attention, he takes a bite into a
disc.
Frisbee. Oh,
But he
Why?
likes it.
but he likes it.
Oh, yeah, he likes
A little
it.
He's
salt,
in the DGA.
straight DGA level.
According to authorities, Peters told the officers that he got in an argument and warned the other player to leave him alone because he had a flare gun in his bag, but denied ever pulling the flare gun out. This is a good lie strategy. I'm going to meet you halfway.
Yeah,
I had it in my bag.
Right.
I'm not denying that.
I'm not saying I didn't tell him I had it.
Right.
I'm not saying I didn't threaten him with the words about it, but I didn't.
This is like a Chris Rock bit. I'm not saying OJ didn't do it. I'm
Right.
just saying I understand why.
However, officers did not believe Mapp's story since the victim was able to describe the flare gun in detail.
Yeah.
All he said was black handle.
Right.
No, but I mean,
He said orange gun,
orange gun, black handle.
Yes.
Isn't that a cake song? I like a girl
with an orange gun and a black handle.
Peters has a lengthy criminal arrest with 15 arrests since 2005, including traffic violations, theft, burglary, drug possession,
Burglary.
terroristic threats.
Terroristic.
You can only say I'm going to come down there so many times before they will take you seriously.
That's
They bring
right.
you up on it.
That's
just-
fun. I've never heard terrorist used as an adjective.
Terroristic.
Terroristic
It's got terroristic characteristics.
It's a
What's he
terroristic
like-
characteristic.
I'm setting you up with my friend. What's he like? He's a little terroristic, but then other than that, he's great.
I think terroristic characteristic could be like an album.
Terroristic Threats is my favorite ska band of all time.
It's
They're
the
a
guy
little-
it was the guy who dances in Mighty Mighty Boston.
He doesn't
never
sing.
sings, just
half
dances.
the band from Goldfinger,
Yes.
and two guys from Mustard Plug that never played an
And one
instrument.
guy from Real Big Fish. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, good pull.
8
All right.
of the
I'm
12
gonna ask
horn
you guys,
players.
how old is Map? Mark Peters.
How old do you think?
Is
he is?
this the guy with the flare
This is the
gun?
guy with the flare gun
And a gold Honda.
and the bag.
The whole time I was picturing late 20s, early 30s.
Okay,
So
so what do
pick
you
a-
think?
Pick an age.
I'm
Pick an
going to
age.
say 34.
Okay,
34. All right.
So he outlived Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Walter
say
Payton's age.
42.
42.
42-year-old man. That's what I see.
This guy has lived.
He's got snow on the mountain.
I think he's 54.
54. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's older.
One of you is exactly
Karen. So now we get to play the game. Who do you think is
right?
exactly right? This is always like the best. It's like the extra game in the game.
Well, I'm going to say me because I wouldn't have guessed it otherwise.
Great.
So-
Confident. You believe in
Jay?
yourself, Jay.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a gray and black
Salt and pepper goatee.
Salt and pepper goatee.
Salt and pepper 90s goatee.
Yes. It's like he looks like the guy from Smash Mouth now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to stay with me too. I think he's 54.
Okay, so let's run it back down.
54, 42, 34.
All right. Tony's, get your answers in.
It's a 20-year
Choose
range
the person you think is right. After I say this, we will look at a quick photo. Because Mark
Aaron Peters.
Map with a flare gun, is 34 years old.
Oh, Aaron,
go.
Nicely done.
And double down, you
They
know?
have a series of pictures of him through the years of getting arrested since 2005.
These are mug shots.
Every picture of him looks like a different guy in a lineup for a crime they think I committed.
So also, by the way,
Look at this.
This will be.
Oh my God.
You know what?
He's been
the
there.
Here's the thing. The oldest he is the best he's looked.
I think he looks good.
He looks good
Yeah.
in 2016, way better than he looks in 2008.
You mean wait, but when he had
I would
hair,
argue, Dan, that you look better in 2016 than you did in 2008.
I look better now than I've probably
Ever
looked.
Maybe, I don't know. That
Dan, you're
sounds
coming
douche.
into. No, you're not.
Dan,
You look
you're
great,
coming into
Dan.
your-
There's pictures of me that you're like, Daniel,
Daniel,
stop
don't do that.
eating.
So
put the bread down, Daniel.
I
Put the
can't
bread.
stop.
You don't even like beer. Why does it look like it's all you consume?
Dan,
Well, thanks for only meeting me at your best.
Thanks. I waited for this.
You waited for this moment.
it's like, are we getting Aaron on this podcast? Let's
Let me get myself
I
together.
gotta start working out. I gotta start eating right. I'm gonna do a triathlon.
Guys, if you're not on our Facebook page, the numbers are growing, and that's always wonderful. But if you want to see what this douchebag looks like,
join the Facebook,
I mean, just
Facebook.com/.
2015 to 2016, he looks so much
Dumb
better.
People Town. Yeah, he's made some jumps.
Facebook.com/dumbpeopletown. Join the page, like the page, follow it.
Aaron's gonna join the page.
Yes.
So there you go.
And then
Follow
you can see
follow him. Is that the first story?
That's first
First story down in the books. I'm so happy that Aaron Chen is with us. We're gonna find out what he's doing, how you can listen to stuff that he's doing, or how you can see him. And I know we have fans in Australia. He lives in Australia, so he'll let us know where he's gonna be doing his thing. This is Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, if you're somebody who deals with any sort of like joint pain or back pain or anything like that, maybe you're somebody who works out a lot, you have muscle soreness or even arthritis, guess what? Finding a natural remedy that instantly works might seem non-existent, but because there's so many things that you can get, like such relievers as Icy
deal
Hot
with
or
this.
Bengay. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I just did a triathlon and my knees are still sore. Days later, that's the way I plug me doing triathlons.
Dan, you did triathlon.
wow.
That's
Good
so
for
amazing.
you,
It's really
Dan.
impressive,
Oh,
Dan.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
So-
Is there a solution, Dan?
Right, because everything kind of takes the pain away for an hour or so, but there is a solution. You can get rid of nagging muscle and joint pain immediately while providing long-lasting recovery. You need to try a natural breakthrough pain relief solution, Cryo-Free CBD, developed by Omax.
Dude, I've been using this.
I've been using it
using
too.
this after so I've been playing basketball on Sundays in an adult league where I score a lot of points.
Of course you do, man. Get up on that rim.
But my back always hurts after, and my knee always hurts after. And I've been doing cryo freeze. It's the best. It feels so good on your lower back. I mean, for me, it like gets into the muscles and it makes you feel better. I do it before and after.
So I was playing tennis and I started to develop a little bit of tennis elbow. I put the cryo freeze on it and I'm telling you, it worked its way in there and within hours I was feeling better.
Well, it's great. It's 100% natural. It's CBD powered, and it's a remedy that works magic within 10 minutes. It's easy to just throw in your bag, take with you wherever you go. And Omax Health is offering our listeners 20% off a full bottle of Cryo-Freeze Pain Relief Roll-On plus free shipping. So that's 20% off the bottle and free shipping. This discount also applies towards any product site-wide. Just go to omaxhealth.com. That's OMAXHEALTH.com today and enter the code DPT to take advantage of all these savings. That's OMAX health.com and enter the code DPT to get 20% off Cryo-Freeze and site-wide
It
products.
really does work, and I mean I can't endorse this enough, especially as guys who love to play sports but are getting older. I'm telling you, this thing, get it, and you'll be happy.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Do you do any podcasts or anything there, or no?
I don't have a podcast.
No podcast.
Yeah.
Is it the type of thing in Australia where everyone has a podcast and you're like, I just don't want to do that?
A lot of people have podcasts. I always feel like I miss the boat, but then there's a new boat, and I miss it each time.
That's good. You just want to be around to see the new boat off.
Leave the
But
dock.
get on the boat for a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of stand up on TV down there? Because what we saw was fantastic, and I'm not sure. Are you doing that?
Yeah. Doing TV spots every now and then. There's a culture of doing like one a year or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the big show to do down there? What's
The yearly gala at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival? That's like the biggest one.
And so that one gets played out everywhere, or does it air on a certain like network that everybody sees?
It airs on like the government network now. It used to be on a different
Smaller,
network,
yeah.
a bigger network,
okay.
but now it's on the government one. And they put it on YouTube. So I
Okay.
think more people watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
At
Yeah.
this point, that's what people do. And then we're going to be in Rochester, New York, in 2 weeks after that, doing shows at the Comedy at the Carlson, which I'm so excited about. And then we're all going to be at Moon Tower. We're going to do Don't People Tell 'Em Live
Yeah,
at Moon Tower.
and a week before Moon Tower, Rory Scovel and I are co-headlining shows, stand-up show in Chicago at the Lincoln Lodge, and we're doing a live Pen Pals. So
Fun.
we're also speaking at a wedding. It's a whole
That's
deal.
so
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, Dan? And when? Oh, go
I
ahead.
saw Rory Scovel in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
He brought a full piano out.
Yeah.
But he didn't play it once. He got an audience member to play it. Is
That's
that a
so
thing he
funny.
does?
Well, he
No.
was doing that bit for a while. He did it on Conan.
Yeah, really
yeah.
funny.
They couldn't play piano though. It was crazy. Crazy gambit.
He's so
Such
funny.
a great idea.
He's okay. He's okay.
I mean, he's
okay.
Dan, you're carrying him, and that's okay. All right, let's get to a second story. 'cause
Are
I
you
know
ready?
that. Yep.
Yep.
All right, friends. This was sent in by Sarah at Shabarta, Shabatra.
Shabbat.
Shabatra. Is that a Jewish term?
Shabbat is like
I know
Sabbath.
Shabbat.
Sabbath, right? Okay.
All right. Shabbat Ra. Maybe they're cheering for it.
Shabbat, Sabbath, Ra is bad. So bad.
Bad Sabbath.
Bad Sabbath.
Oh my God, the band.
Great
is that a-
song.
Yeah.
Our
Bad
band,
Sabbath.
I mean. Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Bad Sabbath is the Black Sabbath
It's the
cover
Billy
band.
Bob Thornton cover band.
You should find the band Bad Sabbath.
Bad Sabbath is like a Black Sabbath cover band made solely of like prison inmates.
Okay, are you ready for this headline? Facebook doing something bad, believe it or not. Facebook won't remove this woman's butthole as a business page.
Well, it is open 24 hours a day.
Been there, you know.
Listen, I've read the Yelp reviews of this woman's butthole, and they are not good.
Feel free to look it up.
Page is
Jay.
like a black hole.
Very uninviting.
She's responding to each review. Hey, I'm sorry about your experience, but
How can I better your experience?
Sorry to hear you had a shitty time.
Oh,
There
at
it is.
Sklar Brothers.
This unofficial page was created because people on Facebook have shown interest in this place or business. It's not affiliated with or endorsed by anyone associated with Samantha Ray and Jesperson's butthole. That is what it says on
Samantha
Facebook.
Ray and Jesperson.
Samantha Ray Anna Jesperson's
Four
butthole.
names?
4 names.
Yeah.
4 names.
Yeah, SRAJ.
4 names, 1 butthole.
Siraj.
Yeah.
What's the last name? Persons.
Jesperson.
Jesperson. Oh, Jesperson.
Just persons.
Just persons.
Wait. So her butthole is
A business page
business
on Facebook,
page on-
and Facebook refuses to take it down.
a lot
Samantha-
of money exchanges.
Samantha Jesperson never wanted her butthole to be the first thing that came up when someone Googled her name. But
So don't make a page about
she
it.
didn't.
Someone else made a page
But
about
to her horror, she discovered Samantha Ray and Jesperson's butthole, a Facebook business page, was the very first result on Google.
What?
By
Some
the way,
asshole did this to her.
Some
Oh, shit.
asshole
Did this to her asshole.
I'm going to say that there are probably more people who are fans of this page than are of
Than
our
of dumb people
time. And that's
So
ridiculous.
when you go to Facebook to look this thing up, also
Don't-
go ahead
don't-
and
thank
join
you,
dumb
thank
The
people.
page was created in 2012 when she was only 15, but Jesperson.
Oh, why?
I have almost a 15-year-old daughter.
But Jesperson, now 23 and a professional baker, didn't discover. So she could
Oh,
leave.
she's not a chocolatier.
Just buns. That's all she makes.
it's just sticky buns.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
She didn't discover it until 2015. Her reaction was, quote, "What the fuck? how did this happen? She told Yes, that's a quote. She told BuzzFeed News.
Okay.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed is really showing their ability.
It's
to tap
journalistic.
in.
What the fuck? How did this happen?
Like BuzzFeed is so weird because they will handle very serious. Like they'll tackle things.
Didn't
and, like,
they break down the Me Too thing? Like, weren't they a big part of that breaking thing?
And some other like
I don't know. Look, they're just right
White
in
House
there.
administration things.
They're on the front lines of all Facebook butthole groups.
Right. Jesperson had no idea how the page was created. She didn't make it herself, and she doesn't know anyone who would have made it on her behalf. Well, to be fair, this was 8 years ago.
To be fair, half those people were trying to enter Jesperson's vagina page, and they just went into the wrong
around
page.
the backside.
Went to the wrong page.
There's the same BuzzFeed journalist doing the Me Too stuff. And
Yeah.
this
She's like, Rick,
is the next
we
big
got another
story.
one for you. What? Oh, shit.
Why do I get this story?
Someone needs to rectify this situation.
Jason, please, Jason, stop.
On the page's details, it reads, the unofficial page was created because people on Facebook have shown interest in this place or business. It's not affiliated with or endorsed by anyone associated with Samantha Ray Anna Jesperson's butthole.
Let me ask this. Can she get a tax break on her ass
Yes.
with this just because she's a small business owner? Can she get a loan?
To date, the business of Jesperson's butthole has no reviews, though it invites them and no stories have been added to it.
Are there photos?
There's just a blank page of like a map and then like a location of where it's at.
Sometimes that's all you need, you know?
John follows that page,
Create
though.
hype.
Sir Mix-a-Lot follows that.
He does. Sir Mix-a-Lot is the #1.
Jesperson posted to Reddit's legal advice this week for help getting it removed. Some users suggested that perhaps some friends had created an interest in her butthole on their own Facebook profiles as a joke, and this triggered the page to be created automatically.
So they're saying someone didn't create that page per se,
right, but
Facebook.
if a whole bunch of friends, like quote unquote, like maybe showed interest or checked into a place that didn't exist,
It's now a business.
This is how Yelp works. Like if you
Guys, this is how the Rainforest Cafe started.
This is how the
you go-
human caterpillar
If you're
started.
like the first person to some like new like donut sushi shop, and you like review it and create it, they'll be like, oh, people are saying this is a business
That's
exists,
right.
and then Yelp goes out. Here's the full story for those of you who don't know. Then Yelp would contact the sushi donut place and be like, hey, you guys are a business. Do you want to advertise? And then they go, no, we don't. We're already really popular. And Yelp goes, cool. We're just going to bury you, and any reviews that we show in the snapshot of your page are going to be all negative.
Right.
And then that's how they shake people down to have to like,
Oh,
because you'll have places that are 5-star, 4-star reviews, but then the little snapshot reviews that you see on their page are all negative.
negative.
They're like 3 out of
and those
400.
and then they're like, and by the way, I'll also have a Boston baked crab cream.
yes, I would too.
I would
Do you have a Boston baked crab cream roll?
Oh my god.
So on Facebook, I imagine you could just say like I don't want to encourage, I don't want to give people an idea, but I'm saying like you could say like we all went to this place, and then that would become a place
I know.
on Facebook, and then Facebook won't delete it even though it doesn't exist. This is dumb people town.
This
this is like
is
the
how it
definition
happens.
of dumb.
This is
how-
the definition of a small business in dumb people town. It's bum people town.
Right, exactly. The exact street address of the so-called business isn't listed, but the pin on the map shows the precise location of her former home. She and her family no longer live there.
Family.
So
Oh my
imagine if you're living
God.
there now, people are like, I'm here
Showing
for the
up.
butthole.
Hey.
And you guys are talking about it now, so it's going to go like
It's gonna be even
multinational.
bigger. Thank you. I know.
Corporation.
All of
Maybe
your
they check
Australian
that out.
fans are going to
Yeah.
find out about it now.
Yeah.
What really vexed Jesperson is that she's been unable to get it taken down. Since she discovered the page in 2015, she's reported it several times, but Facebook has said it isn't in violation of community standards. Here we go. Facebook has removed the page after this article was published.
Thank you. Thank
Since
you.
it's a business page, there's an option to claim it as your own, which would allow her to take it down. She tried that as well. Facebook asked for her phone number to send a code, but she wasn't able to get it to work.
So this is really a story about a woman who doesn't understand technology.
The last half of the article is just admin.
Yeah, exactly.
Click down the menu, and they're just showing her pictures of what to do.
She turned off her browser, but
You got to delete cookies.
Get out of this. You're still in. That's the article.
Are you in Firefox? I'm a Linksys man. I'm a Linksys man till I die.
Mozilla?
Command. Remember that? Command
Alt,
/ Alt delete.
Alt Control Delete.
Right. As of press time, they haven't returned. Facebook hasn't returned a request for comment. Though her butthole business,
It's
just
not
that
a
I get to
butthole
say
business. It's not.
Though her butthole business page hasn't resulted in any personal repercussions, Jesperson does worry about the possibility. I feel like if anybody has found it, it would probably feel way too weird to talk to me about it, she said. You imagine if you were like going on a date, you had her name, you're like, let me just Google
Let me
it.
see what
First thing is
she
like, oh, she runs a butthole business for her own butthole.
By the way, on her resume for a future job, she's going to put it way down
Way down the
line.
Small business owner.
You might get brought in just to be like, what is this? And if I
Very small business owner.
You went the same way she did. Quote, and if I didn't get a job over it, they definitely wouldn't call me and say, hey, I found the page about your butthole, not going to hire you. Bye. It's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Nevertheless, her years-long battle has been somewhat frustrating. I feel like I should have been able to get it removed based off the fact that it was my real name and I was underage at the time, and since it's my old address.
Yeah.
They
She's
have
talking
since-
about it like it's a battle with cancer. Like, look, I've got the page in remission right now,
That's
guys.
right.
I
We're
finally
beating
got
it
it
back.
removed.
Right.
I got it removed.
Right.
We're having
part
the
of me
page
would probably
biopsy.
lean in, but I'm
Facebook's
not-
like, yeah, it'd be easier if you just got the butthole removed. Then
Yeah,
we
we'll
could
get that
rid of
removed.
it.
And if you can prove to us that you no longer have the butthole, we'll
We
get
will
it
now
out.
get rid of the page.
Right. Or just like take over the page and have it all just be about your bake shop. On the idea that some people might be like, what is this butthole
Yeah.
page? Oh, wait, I want that. I don't know, thing I saw on the Great British Baking Show that I wish I could eat. I can't think of any of their names now.
Yeah.
A brioche. That's story number 2,
There
friends.
you go. Oh my God! Please don't go to this. Can people go to the page? Have you gone? To
They
the
said
page?
it's
No, it's
gone.
gone.
Took it
Take
down.
it
Okay,
down.
thank
They
God.
took it
Thank
down.
God.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck for that woman. All right. We have one more story. Dan, give us a little taste of what we're going to see after this break.
Working out and robbing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two things that go hand in
Getting
hand.
your reps in.
Get your reps in and get your steps in.
Sounds like Florida.
Aaron Chen is with us. He is a fantastic comedian from Australia, and we have one more story, so stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
What's up, townies?
Hello, I'm Dave Ross,
And hello, I'm Hampton Yunt,
and we host Y'all Ever on Starburns Audio.
America's only relatable podcast.
That's right. We take your stories via email or voicemail, and we read them and then tell you that we've been through that too. Mm-hmm. Life is hard. A lot of life is something happening to you and you being like, I can't even tell anyone. This is so weird. Send us your weird stories, and we'll let you know that it's not that weird.
You can always tell podcasts about your weird stories.
It's true. Most recently, we put out a prompt. Y'all ever do something dumb because of your anxiety? And we got so many great stories. One guy literally commando crawled out the back of a coffee shop to avoid talking to his ex. They'd broken up 4 years before, and I completely relate.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. We have worse stories from ourselves. So
Everyone
listen
does.
to the podcast and relate.
Y'all ever get it wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Aaron Chen, hilarious.
How can people follow you?
Instagram, Twitter, what's the best way?
Instagram, Chenny Lifestyle, Twitter, Aaron Chen, but a 3 instead of the E.
Oh, nice. All right, follow
Chance.
him.
Thank you.
Get on board. It's super cool.
If you have a chance to see him do stand up or can check out any of his stuff online, he is fantastic.
So
Like
funny.
enough that we were like, we sought his manager out and said, how long is he here? Can we please get him on this show? So that's how we felt.
Yeah,
That's how
thanks for
strong.
making time, buddy.
Now I'm here. I'm so excited.
All right, ready?
Let's do this.
let's do it.
Take us home, Dan.
This is from the AP. It was sent to us by Sam Householder at Sam Householder. Householder and Householder International are two of my favorite shows.
By the way,
on
Sam
HGTV.
Householder, household name.
You ready? Also, maybe
awesome.
he's just a bragger. Man asked gym mates to borrow guns for robbery.
Is it a flare gun?
I know. Monroe
By the way,
Louisiana.
I'm going to tell you right now, I love this guy. Because
Already?
first of all,
He's getting his
it's hard
cardio.
enough to ask a guy to spot you for like
That's
7 reps on like bench press.
You mind coming over here? I'm doing some inclines.
Well, help.
Little help. I need
That's
4
when you have
guns
to
for
yell out
robbery.
because you didn't have anyone over
You
before
didn't have
you
someone to
started.
spot you, and it's down, and you're like, I'm not getting this up. Little help.
Well, help. Monroe, Louisiana. Police in Louisiana have charged a man with drug possession after he approached 2 people in a gym parking lot and asked to borrow their guns to commit a robbery. That is an all-timer.
So he knew they had guns.
Hey, man. Sorry, buddy, can't help you out. No, you haven't even heard. I don't need any money. What is it?
I just need to borrow
guns
your
to go
gun.
for what? go rob somebody?
No.
Come on.
Why are you being that way?
Yeah.
These guns are for shooting Jews. No, we absolutely
Don't
can't
you
give
dare. West Monroe police charge Landon Wayne Duke. That is
Yeah.
I know.
Landon Wayne Duke. That's like when you see like a really dilapidated apartment building and it's like Canterbury Arms, or like or like some really highfalutin name that just really disappoints.
You know he goes by L-Dub. too.
Landon Wayne Duke.
Wayne Duke.
They charged him after two men flagged down an officer and informed him of Duke's comments.
Landon Wayne Duke sounds like the name a 4-year-old girl would come up with when she's like, "What's the name of the prince that this?"
Sure. Yeah.
Landon Wayne
Duke. If you took Wayne out, though, if you take Wayne makes him seem trashy. If you take Wayne out and it's just Landon Duke, sounds like he could be America's greatest soccer player.
Sure.
Or he's an evil prince with great hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that guy from the KKK? Isn't he a Duke?
That's
David
David
Duke.
Duke,
David
also
Duke,
from
yeah.
Louisiana. Nice
Hey,
call.
here we go.
Look
Maybe
at that.
related.
Maybe related.
Look into that.
Chekhov's Duke.
Man, those Duke boys were in a heap of trouble. All right.
Duke had approached the men whom he reportedly knew in a Planet Fitness parking lot. I thought there's like no aggression at Planet
About there
Fitness.
was no judgment either. So
Right.
the
That's-
Planet
that's
Fitness
what it
guys,
is, no
they,
judgment.
if you're in the parking lot, does the no judgment policy still
It
extend out to the
extends
parking
into
lot?
the parking lot. So if you ask
What
for
are you
a gun,
using those guns for? I can't judge you on it. But
Right.
just
Feels like you're judging me by not giving me the gun.
I
He reportedly knew them in a Planet Fitness parking lot and noticed they had guns in their truck.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that's kind of on you. If I can see you have guns in your truck,
I'm
from-
gonna ask to borrow them.
Also, like, don't display your gun. I
just,
wonder
what
if
are
it's
they
a real
sitting
gun
up,
rack.
like just
Yeah.
Like, is it
leaning against the seat?
or like a gun rack on the back window?
yes, gun rack in the back window. I think.
Me too.
I think it's that.
This feels like a lost verse from Lil Nas X.
There
I
you
got
go.
guns in the truck
That works.
at the Planet Fitness.
He noticed they had guns. Hey, I see you guys got guns in your truck. Yeah, what about it? Can I borrow them? No.
Hey, or he
Well, I
came up
just-
and was like, "Are you guys using those guns?"
Right. Well, you're just like one bumpy gravel road away from your guns going off
Shooting
and
your neck-
shooting people.
shooting
so
through your neck.
It doesn't feel like you're responsible gun owners. He reportedly knew them. He asked them if he could borrow their guns. The police. This was according to a police report obtained by the Monroe News Star. The men told investigators Duke said he wanted to borrow the guns to rob someone of enough money to leave town. That is the saddest. What do you need it for? I just need enough money to leave town. I'd be
leave.
like, you can leave.
But what
now.
about your Planet Fitness membership, Landon?
I think it applies to another play. I'm
no,
not sure yet.
That's
it's only this
transferable.
one.
Also, how?
I just want to rob someone.
Like, you have enough plan, right? Like, you want to change your life, you want to get out of town.
Yeah.
But when your plan includes something that's going to literally get you incarcerated to the point where you can't leave town.
That's one way to get out of town. If prison's in a different city.
Yeah, that's true.
That's such a funny phrase as well. Reportedly knew him.
Yeah, exactly. Because it means you know what they're saying. We don't fucking know
really
this
know
guy.
this guy.
And he keeps saying,
Oh, yeah, I
they
know
know
these
me.
guys.
They know
Reportedly he
me.
knows me.
Allegedly.
The men told investigators Duke said he wanted to borrow the guns to rob someone of enough money to leave town. The men said no and entered the gym, according to the report. This is where it gets fun.
Did a couple of sets.
Duke allegedly followed the men into the gym and worked out with the men while continuing to talk about robbing someone.
You guys need a spot? I'll give you a spot if you
Right.
can just give me
One
one
more
of
time
those
about
guns.
those guns, man.
Look, dude, I'm trying to do preacher curls. You want to work out? I said we could work out together. You got to stop talking to me about who you want to rob. What about we rob that guy over there? No.
No, we're not going to rob that guy over there.
Do fly weights and shut up.
Sandwiching it in bodybuilding questions.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you got creatine? And which bank is the best around?
Stop. We said we could work out. It's fine. We will work out with you. You want to do single leg hamstring curls? Fine.
Fine. Just don't
Just stop
ask me
talking
about the guns.
Right. Come on. What about that lady? No.
No, we're not
Just
going
do
to rob.
your box jumps and shut up.
Right. He continued to talk about robbing someone, investigators wrote. Police later spotted Duke at a nearby gas station and found what they believed to be methamphetamine wrapped in a $100 bill.
There
got
you go.
$100? Leave
Around-
town.
Yeah, that's
got
enough to
enough.
leave town.
That's a good bus ticket. $100, you get pretty far.
yeah. Get
Yeah.
very far.
You could probably, he gets to New York City and becomes the best alternative comic in America.
What if he's amazing?
Oh,
You guys
jeez.
ever want to rob somebody?
You guys ever been in a Planet Fitness parking lot?
He
Duke was
does. all observational material about stuff that no one can relate to.
Right. Yeah.
I would love a comic like that.
Duke was booked into the, I'll try, Ouachita, Ouachita. Ouachita Correctional Center on Sunday on one count of possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance. He remained in custody on Monday, the news star said. I will ask you guys, how old is Landon Wayne Duke?
How old do you
He's
think
got
he
$100, a little bit of meth. He wants to
guns. He wants to rob
ask,
people to get out of town.
Now he could have waited until they went inside to steal their guns. So he's asking for consent to borrow a gun to rob someone against their consent.
Sure.
How old do you think he is? You can go first,
guns,
Tig,
drugs,
or
and
third.
Thinking like young, like 25.
25. Okay, Jay.
He was right on last time.
Like, for real, I think he's like 19.
Okay.
I'm not even joking.
Okay.
I think for someone to live long enough in a place that they want to get out, I
Yeah.
feel like they have to have lived there long enough. So I'm going to say 36.
36. Okay. One of you
No!
is exactly right. Now we get to play. Who do
If
you
you are
think is
exactly right twice, I'm going to lose my brain. So you said 25?
I don't think anyone's been exactly right twice
since
except
Kevin Pollak.
Kevin Pollak was exactly right
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that 36, that's too old. You're
Too old.
in the town.
Okay, you're
36,
there. You're a townie.
Yeah,
You're
I don't
done.
agree.
You're
You're done.
finished.
19 could be.
So
Okay.
you think
25.
you say 25.
Okay.
He believes in
Sticking with
himself.
Jay.
All right, good,
I
Aaron.
believe in me because if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But if I was right and I went with someone else, then I don't know if
Never
I
be able to live with yourself.
Yeah.
like this guy. Like
That's always the worst choice is if you
Like
go
Landon
off
Wayne
your
Duke.
guess.
Yeah, but sometimes you've gone off your guess, and one of you guys, and then you
get it
feel
right.
good. You're like, I got a little piece.
That's right. I'm going to stay with 36.
Okay. We will leave everyone on this because Landon Wayne Duke.
the third.
A little bit of meth,
A little bit of money,
$100,
a little bit of working
looking
out,
for a way out of town after that burn.
a little bit of lats.
Yeah, a little bit of Lats. Lats Wayne Duke is 19 years old.
Yes, I
nicely
knew it.
done.
He just
That's
wants
great.
to get out. It's his college years.
He's got to start his life. There you go. That's a show, you guys. Aaron Chen, I'm so happy that our
man. Thanks for
paths
coming by.
crossed. And if we ever do our podcast out in Australia, maybe you'll hop on and be
Do a
on
live
the
one
pod
with
Oh,
us.
that'd be awesome. man.
Now that you know, have a great rest of the time here in the United States.
Safe travels
Thank you for
back.
having me.
Of course.
That
Come
was so
see
fun.
us. Come see us when we do our live shows this next week. We want to see everybody out at these shows. And oh shit, we gotta get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm you down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio.
A podcast network.